Hello, crafty friends. Well, I am back sharing another paper collection for Paper Phenomenon that I designed, and this one is called Kitchen Sink, and I absolutely love it. She decided to call it Kitchen Sink because it basically has everything in the kitchen sink in it. Okay, I mean, this is a real fun collection. Okay, so this is for the journalers, the scrappers. This involves photos, cameras. I mean, like this can be on so many, so many different types of albums you could use for this, right? It doesn't have to be anything very specific per se, right? So let's go ahead and get started again. The paper is kind of a satin type paper, and it's a really good thickness, right? It's not too thick, and it's not too thin, right? So it's the best way I could describe it is if you've used Simple Stories, Photo Play, Echo Park, this is thicker than that, and it has a little bit of a satin sheen to it, but it's not like crazy sheen, right? Okay. Like it's not too glossy. So anyway, this was so much fun to design just because it was so scrappy per se. Let's just call it that. And I decided to call this one kind of like the library page, I guess you would call it. I put a bibliophile here. We have some different, cards for library cards. We have, a dictionary page. I added in the alphabet and kind of like this scribble writing. And so I just thought it turned out super cute. I hope you all love it. We have the numbers in the background. We have the notebook lines. We have a coffee stain because, every time I'm reading, I always have coffee. So anyway, and I will flip this over once we're done to show the opposite pages, okay? This one was a lot of fun. I created this butterfly page. So originally this butterfly was just black, okay? And so I went ahead and I colored it in with all the colors, and then we have, like a graph paper with lots of ink splashes on here. So I went ahead and created this little design here. So I hope y'all love that. I love butterflies. And definitely she asked me to put in a lot of butterflies in this collection, and I did. So Kathy was like, definitely wanting to have lots of butterflies in here. So I did that, and I really love how it's turned out. I added in a lot of the florals. I decided to do one in each of the corners. We have some of the type of French script writing in the background. We have these real pretty, hand-drawn flowers over here. So I hope y'all really love this page. And of course we have the 3 butterflies. Absolutely gorge. And then this page was a lot of fun. And I really like how it turned out. She specifically wanted me to have it where you guys could use this as ephemera, or you could use these as pages or a layout. And so, you could even cut this into 6x6 pages and have different pages for each one, which is a lot of fun if you like to do 6x6 mini albums, or you could even use them as tags. So I really love this one. We kind of have like the little notepad with the spirals, and then a little bit of distressed inking on here. And then of course you can write your little message on here. So I thought that was fun. We have some tickets and some old checks and a theater check stub. We have letters, all sorts of stuff. We have the vintage slides. So that was fun. On this page, again, this was like I call a collage page, and I just kind of like added everything you could think of in here. We have like a perfume ad, a wine ad. We have, the number 5 card. We have some letters and some receipts, and this is really fun. This is a vintage photo of the Statue of Liberty being put together, so that was really fun. We have some hand-drawn items as well on ripped pages, just lots and lots of fun to create this. And again, this one, I also created this number page, and then I went ahead and distressed it. And so that was really fun. And then I just added it on top of another page and blended them seamlessly together. And this is what came out of it. So I really call this the numerals page. Okay. And then again, we have another collage page, and this is Ode to Kathy. And the reason why I say that is Kathy's from New York. Okay. I lived in New Jersey for 2.5 years, and we used to go to New York all the time on the weekends. So it was a lot of fun to go. New York City is and was amazing. I don't know how it is now. I haven't been in a long time, but again, I added in a little bit of the numeral page, and then I just collaged on top of that with lots of, like I put on state of mind for New York state of mind. We have these vintage images of New York. Again, here is the Statue of Liberty. Again, we have, like when you're on top of the Empire State Building, you have this right there. So that's really fun to do. To have, and we have some checks and a map of New York City. We have another map of I don't really know. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart right now. And then of course like a shoe for the theater. All sorts of fun things here, right? See, we have this little theater old vintage ad. We have some paintings, magazines, Vanity Fair. Just love, love, love. Okay, now. On the next page, this is another one of my most favorite pages. Again, I collaged a lot of things on here. We have a lot of ink splatters. We have kind of like a more French writing. We have more hand-drawn flowers and leaves, which is a lot of fun. We have the butterflies, love, love, love. And I just absolutely love the florals on here. Just gorge that I added in. I know, it's so funny. I forget what I design. And then when I look back at it, I'm like, oh my gosh. So then I decided to create some like vintage typewriter alpha washi tape. And I kind of like, gave it like that, striped page. So this is a lot of like a page that you could do a lot of layering on top of, right? So you could use that as the background of your layout. You could add photos on here where there's no major distraction of what you're covering, right? So to me, like this page, what I would want to do is I'd probably use this on a cover. I would do one of Kathy's signature cuts right here, okay, and add in a photo, or you could do a signature cut here and add a photo up here, you know what I'm saying? Like right up in here and kind of tuck it in. I don't know. That's just my thoughts right here. You could do a little signature cut here. It's not as important to have, these little antennas, right? Because they're so tiny, it doesn't matter. But anyway, so that's just some of my thoughts of what I would do. And again, I have this on, the background is newsprint, right? So nothing too distracting. One of the fun things I wanted to create was a section of words that you could just use for any type of scrapbook, right? So you could, cut all these out and use them later for different other projects or whatever. So I thought this was really fun because, we have like curious, like, like a baby being curious or a dog being curious. You have friend, fam, jam, hilarious, lead, like, lavish, live, life, all sorts of fun, quirky, quaint, quality, queen, quote, all sorts of fun things. So I hope y'all love that page too. Then again, I had kind of like a travel theme in mind here again that you could use, but this is also just a fun layering page, right? No distractions here, okay? Then we have another fun cash receipt, like a ledger page. Did a lot of inking on here and some ink splashes and just thought this was fun to create. So you could do a lot of journaling on this. Again, this is another fun page that I would call a layering page. Now we're getting into our ephemera. This is easy to cut out. And I want to thank you all for who watched my most recent video sharing the passenger. Sandy King said that she liked having the lines around the ephemera and that it made it easy for her Cricut or cutting machine to do that. So I will continue on with the next collections. I apologize that I didn't do it in this collection, but I figured these you could just hand cut. They're pretty simple. You know, they're just rectangles, right? But again, we just have some vintage receipts. Here, I thought this was fun too. You could just cut this one out as well. You have like a letter, an envelope. You have some vintage looking stamps. We have what I call the wax, not what I call, everybody calls it wax seals, right? So I thought that'd be fun to add in there. And then just some like tags, right? Again, we have like vintage postcards, mail, receipts, all sorts of stuff that you can journal on or use as tuck spots or whatever you want to do with these. Okay. And then I thought this was really fun to create. So we have my week, and then, you know, you can just put down what you have planned for your week and check off what you did during that week. We have today, memories, another library card, which I added in these fun hand-drawn X's that I created, this little arrow. We have everyday magic. We have Be the Sunshine with lots of scribbles on it, but I wanted to make sure that was real light so you could still go over it, you know, and write on it and it be seen. This makes me happy. And then I wanted you to go ahead and just list what makes you happy. The story, so you could talk about the story of your particular page that you're creating and journal on there. We have memories, noted, and of course journal. The next one, these are going to be your 4x6 tags, and this is us right here, right now, captured. And look, I wanted to have it where you could cut this, you know, do a signature cut here and add your photo, just tuck it right in there. We have, this says notes and just says the day, the month, events, and schedule, and I designed that. The good times, I designed that. You know, there's like a lot of these that I designed. This is us. All of this is all designed by me. Today's story, date, you know, where you were, and then you just fill in the boxes with your information. I thought this was really fun to do. You know, we have our old vintage slide. You know, those little machines. I'm having a brain fart on it, what it is right now. But then again, I wanted you to have a thing where you can just add a photo in yourself. We have some washi tape. We have, you know, a public library card that you can just cut apart. These are the specimen slides, right? And you could just add photos in these. Again, I want to add in some buttons and some butterflies. So just love how this turned out. I like this little pen. Again, we have, you know, like a French written letter, and I added a pen on there. I wanted you to be able to create a journal if you want to out of this. And here's your journal page, your journal book, right? Let me see what size I made this. Okay, so if we're going to go in the middle, it's going to be about 5 inches by almost 6.5. Okay. Again, we have like a library card front, like you could just put this here. You don't even have to journal, whatever you want to do. It's just up to you. Again, we have lots of ephemera for you to cut out. And we have the butterflies. We have some flowers. We have some leaves. We have a telephone. I love this. This kind of reminds me of like the New York old-fashioned, you know, dial things, you know. And so I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. Anyway, we have like a little telephone box. We have more of the slides, and you could just add a photo in there. You could just cut that out. Another place where you could add in a photograph. We have lots of little pieces of ephemera that I thought were really fun. You know, like here's a vintage, I believe this is in New York. Look, Fifth Avenue. Da, 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 da. I mean, this is real. These are real people. I'm sure that's not their phone numbers anymore. But anyway, again, we have more flowers and we have some more butterflies. And then we have more envelopes, right? So we have an envelope here. This actually turns into an envelope. You're going to place this on top of here, and then you would just place this on top as well. And then these are the little tags that go in this one, and you can just add whatever you want in that one. Now we have another page. Again, I did this one in a little bit of a different design here with the butterflies. We have, again, the little pockets, 2 of them, and then you just add these in the little pockets, right? And don't forget, if you get the digital collection, that'll be easy to do. So that's the end of that. Now let's just flip it over. And then we have some of our, what I call base pages, right? We have kind of like a old-fashioned notebook page is what I would call this. I have one of the distress pages. We have another notebook page with some ink and some scribbling and a little bit of, distress kind of like look in there. We have another distress page, and I call this kind of like a tan color. And this one is like a light beige, another distress page. It looks almost like leather, right? Same with this one. This is just a little bit of a kind of a gray. I really love how this turned out. Then we have, this is just a repeat. Then we have another color here. This is kind of like a coral. This is a repeat. And we have a yellow. So these are basically all the colors that are in the collection, right? Used in various pages. Hold on. I'm trying to get this. Yeah, on open. Okay. Here we have another one. Another one. Trying to think if these are, I love, this is one of my most favorite pages right here. You can do your signature cuts and add your photos right in here. You can just do it right here. You could do it underneath the camera and have a smaller one here. Again, same thing, just do a signature cut. Love this. Oh, hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. That was my son. He's over at UF and loving it. Again, we have another ledger page, again with some ink splashes. This is a little bit of a different one. We have another graph page with some ink stains. We have a dotted line page, kind of like a graph page, but it has dots on it instead with some distress underneath. We have some music note pages with lots of splashed ink. We have another type of graph page, and we have lots of scribbles and ink stains. We have like a vintage French letter. And I thought you could also use this if you want to do a long journal. You could just fold that in half. And then we have our zigzag with our notebook paper and lots of splashes and distressed ink. And that is it. Anyway, guys, I hope you all love this. I do. And I'm going to have the links down below so you can go ahead and order it. It is in digital version as well as the printed version. And I hope you all just go ahead and check it out. Or pick it up. Not check it out. Check it out. No, pick it up in her shop. And guys, let me know what you think of it. If you have any ideas of what paper collections you'd like to see, let me know, and I'll run it by Kathy and see if we can make it happen. All right, guys, I will see you all soon. I'm still working on my journal. Not my journal, but my folio, and it's getting there. It's getting there. I'm almost done. I'm just covering it, the pages now, and then I'm just going to add in all my little decorations and hopefully have that out to you in the next couple days. Anyway, I will talk to y'all soon, y'all. Bye.